Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 mistakes that I made at university in my first year, and basically just some university advice / things to avoid doing in your first year of university. My name is Anna and I'm a psychology student. I just finished my first year of psychology and I thought I would film a video and talk about some advice for people who maybe starting university this month or next month, and just some things, some words of encouragement or things that I did wrong, that things I wish I knew starting university. So I hope this is useful. When it comes to things that I did wrong, like my first year, things like that, I think it's all things that people just learn with time. So even though people may tell you all of this and so on, like, you may not register it in your brain and you may not listen to this advice. Or you might, but you might still make mistakes, and that's okay because university is a time of a lot of change, so it can be challenging, it can be not challenging for people, so it all depends on each person and so on. So I'll just talk about 5 things that I wish I knew / mistakes I made, really. First thing's about making friends. So what I wish I knew is that it's okay to not have friends. It's okay to not make friends on your first day, it's okay not to make friends in your first year and so on. I sat by myself in lectures and so on. So I didn't really speak to a lot of people, and the reason why that is okay is because everyone is different and everyone's experience of university is going to be different. For some people it's going to be the best of times, some people it's going to be the worst of times. But making friends, it's just, this is something I'm still trying to learn, that I don't have to have friends like straight away. Like, it's okay to, like, I have friends in England and I'm not in England right now, but I know that I have my family and it does make me feel less alone. And I don't know where I'm going with this too much because this is kind of just a bit of a ramble. There are people who make best friends in their first year, there are people who find friends for life in their last year, there are people who make no friends, and that's okay. We're all different people, and I'm trying not to be so hard on myself because I'm not the best at making friends, and that's okay. So this is something that's taken me a while to not be so hard on myself for. Also, I do know that one mistake that I made is maybe not trying enough and talking to people sometimes, but it's just in those situations I just felt like I physically couldn't because I was so scared. So the first mistake or thing that I wish I knew was that it's okay to not make friends straight away, and that don't be so hard on yourself if you don't make friends. The second thing is studying. So university is very different to sixth form, and the way that you studied for sixth form may not work anymore at university, or you may need different revision techniques for different things. Yeah, A-levels are very different to university. A-levels, you spend 2 years studying something and then you do an exam. University, you spend like 4 months studying something and then you do exams. So it's very different, and you learn more about time management. That's something I'm going to talk about in a second. So if the revision techniques that you were using for your A-levels, they may not work for university, and that's okay, and you're just going to have to use different revision techniques. What I'm trying to say is, if you did a test and you didn't get a grade that you're happy with, don't think it's something wrong with you. Maybe it's just the revision technique that you're using that isn't working. With A-levels, I was very focused on my 2 revision techniques, which was mind maps and revision cards, and I still use that at university, but sometimes I don't have the time to make a mind map for something, and so then I just have to find different revision techniques to use. The third thing I wish I knew is kind of very similar, but it's more about the grades that you get. So I wish I knew that again, I want to talk about something after I make this point, but this point is more about that university is so different to A-levels, and if you were getting A's during your A-levels and you don't get like the best grade in your first exam or first test at university, that is okay. Like, it happens to so many people. It takes time for you to adjust and to learn the different techniques, like I said, and learn your revision style at university, or maybe there's a specific way that you need to study for something. Yeah, kind of similar to the thing I said before, but I just wish I knew that it doesn't mean that you're not smart, and it doesn't mean that you're stupid and that you shouldn't be at university, because everybody learns, everybody starts from nowhere really. So yeah, it just means that you have to keep trying and don't give up. Fourth thing that I wish I knew was that it will take a bit of time to adjust to the life at university and just living away from home. I'm trying to direct this at people who are starting university, but in my own personal experience, I wish that I knew that it would take me time to adjust to living in a new place, and that the first year isn't going to be the best, and that I'm not going to like university at first and so on. Whereas trying to generalize this to everyone, I wish I knew that it takes some time to adjust, and everybody struggles with something and you don't know what's going on in someone's life. So if someone looks happy all the time, it doesn't mean that they are, and we just have to be understanding of each other and other people around us and so on, because this first year has been, like I said before, not the best. Like, when I thought of going to university abroad and moving and so on, I never even thought how hard it would be mentally dealing with things. So that's something that never even crossed my mind, and I wish it did, because I didn't take that into account. So adjusting took a lot of time, and it's been a year since the start of university almost. I'd say I feel different now. Okay, this is kind of two things in one. So I wish I knew that it would take me a while to adjust, and that everyone adjusts at different rates. So someone could go to university and they could be having the time of their life, and then second semester they could be struggling. Or same as with you could go to university and you could be sad for 6 months, but then things will turn around and everything will get better. So I wish I knew that it's okay to not have a positive university experience in your first year, and it's a lot of change, so don't expect yourself to just adjust to everything in the first week, because you could be fine for the whole 6 months, and then 6 months later you could be crying because you miss home, and that's okay. Everybody feels homesick, that's understandable, but you will eventually get through it. It just, it will take a while for you to adjust and so on, and it might take you longer than someone else, it might not, or you could adjust quicker than someone else, but everyone adjusts at their own pace. And so I would compare myself to other people quite a lot, thinking, oh, they're all having amazing time at universities and I'm not, and then that would again make me feel worse and so on. But don't do that. Try not to do that, because you don't know what's going on in someone else's life. Like I said before, I think this is the last thing that I was going to mention. I think it's 5 things, I don't actually remember, but the fifth, I hope I'm right, the fifth thing that I want to say, or thing I learnt / wish I knew, is that failure is okay. Wow, it's taken me a while to know that. Accepting failure is something that started for me in sixth form, and I thought, okay, I'm never gonna have to deal with that again, but no. So at university, this kind of ties in with the thing I was talking about, studying and so on. I wish I knew that it's okay to fail, and we're not all going to be perfect, so don't expect yourself to always do amazing and so on. University, like I said, is a big jump, so the revision technique is going to be different. You may be struggling with time management, and as well as with the change and so on. So there's a lot of things that happen, that are going on, and maybe going on in your head and so on. So if you fail, it doesn't mean that you are a failure. Note to self. You just have to try again, and it will be okay. Even failing in the long run turn out to be a good thing. For example, I failed my philosophy exam my first semester and I got a 4.5, which is closest to being the best grade you can get, which was shocking for me, honestly. I've lost the ability to talk. My brain is just not working. It hasn't been working this past week. I failed quite a lot of things this year, and on one hand, I feel sad about that, because I feel like a failure, and I feel like people who may be watching this video or my other videos, or if someone hears at university or in the future that I have failed quite a lot of things, I failed 4 exams in my first year, that sounds bad, and I was worried people would think that I don't study at all, or I'm a failure and so on, whatever, or that I'm not made for psychology. But at the same time, I'm trying to just ignore that and just think failure is a good thing, and everybody goes through failure at one point in their life. We all have to go through things in life that are not fun, and so on, and I've talked about this a lot, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, I just wish I knew that I'm gonna fail and that it's gonna be tough, but I will get to where I'm meant to be and so on. I feel kind of weird talking about this like I've just survived my first year. I've got 4 more years to go, so the things I'm saying now could not apply to me in 4 years time, because who knows what will happen in the next 4 years. Yeah, those are just the things that I wish I knew in my first year, and slash things I've learned really. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully some of this will be useful. Like I said, first year of university is a big change, so remember to not be so hard on yourself and to just enjoy this first year as much as you can, even in the saddest of days. Know that eventually it will be summer again and you won't have to think about university for quite some time. So that's the motivation, honestly. So yeah, so thank you for watching this video, and good luck to anyone who clicked on this video and is going to start university or has already started university and so on. Good luck. I hope it all goes well. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.